What's up, everyone? Toy Father here. And it's a movie night. I couldn't find our regular intro, so I had to just play around and figure out something new. So I did a countdown. Hope you liked it.
I loved it. I was wonderful. Pulled right in.
It's very calming.
Yes. Walk in and fall right asleep.
Unworthy Collector, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Chris, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Clint, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Well, you could have said Clint. You could have said Clintastic.
That just would have been too much, dude.
Yeah, you missed your boat. It is the Toy Daddy's channel. I'm just saying, could have worked.
Would it have done?
It's good to see you both. I'm glad. For those of you tuning in, this is our monthly Toy Talk, movie talk. When I first started out, I started off in Toy Talk and started meeting all these new people, and then we kind of branched out and did other things. I'm doing the Toy Daddies and TPC, and still wanted to do this, but couldn't do it on a weekly basis. So because I wanted to hang out with my friends, so we decided to do a monthly kind of toy movie talk. What are we going to talk about tonight, guys? Semi-pro.
Semi-pro, baby.
Thank you, Unworthy, for the suggestion. Clintastic 4, I'm sorry. I saw it in your face when he nominated it. I saw it in your DMs when you said that you had seen it. But I can't wait to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Clint can wait. He's like, we can do a whole lot of other stuff.
Well, either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we do that, what have you guys been up to? What's been going on?
Oh man, I have been working like crazy. I've had a pretty eventful work week for the last 2 weeks. And not really had much energy to do anything else once I get home. I tried doing some toy pictures this last weekend and watching some movies. That's it. Playing some video games. Getting ready for Pokemon Day tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Pokemon Day?
Yep.
What do you got planned?
Oh, I'm hopefully going to get some news from the Pokemon Company and Game Freak about the new movie, or not a new movie, new game coming out. And they're doing a live stream Pokemon Presents thing tomorrow as well. And I think we're gonna try to like stream it. I can't stream it live because it's like infringement. I think if I play the video without any audio during our show, I think that's how we work around it.
I think you can, because that's what Chewy does with Machu for the Marvel live stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's where I got the idea, because I remember seeing Macho and Chewy doing that.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have like double duty. I'm gonna have my one headphone tuned into the live stream so I can actually hear what they're saying. The other one tuned into the show.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't even know if they're listening when they do that, but
they turn on the volume briefly just to hear what they're saying, but then they switch it back off pretty quickly.
Got it. Okay.
Right, but so like the Pokemon with the Marvel one that they do, it's all visual anyways. You don't really need to hear what they're saying. But with the Pokemon Presents, they're going to be talking about it more than they're going to be showing it. So I kind of need to be listening.
That's a first.
Yeah. Well, when I'm hearing things that I care about, Clint, I'll listen.
Speaking of live streams, did you pre-order any of the Spider-Man 2 wave?
I did. The Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse, not Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Gamerverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that Marvel stream, they had like shown a whole bunch of stuff, like the Warpath X-23 2-pack, which looks awesome. The Kingpin, which looks great. The Venom, which looks amazing. And none of those were up for pre-order yesterday. It was just the games.
I think Venom's up tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Then I want Venom very badly.
Yeah, I think Stan said it on threads this morning, so I think that's tomorrow.
That's one I want. I definitely want. Like,
Yeah.
it looks so good. They said it was like 11 inches, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got articulated spittle. It's
Oh,
cool.
That's amazing.
Or not? I guess it's not articulated. It's like attachable, like
Can't.
accessory.
Oh, got it. But yeah, that looked so good, and you kind of forget from the game how big he actually is. There's a hot toy that's coming out that's about like, I think it's $300 to $500. It's a lot, but it's like 22 inches. It's double.
Mhm.
It's huge. It's a huge
Jeez.
hot toy. Yeah. And they're putting it in scale with the other hot toys, the Gamerverse. But for the Gamerverse, I did order the anti-venom suit, which is not the anti-venom suit, but they're calling it anti-venom suit. The black costume, Spider-Man Miles 2099, Black Cat, which I think is probably the best one out of that wave.
Mhm.
And I think I only got 4. I didn't get the other 2 Miles because they didn't really. It was just kind of a lost. I don't know if you guys played the game, but a really lost opportunity to do the newest Miles costume that he gets in the end.
Right.
The actual anti-venom suit, white and black. Even just another. Chewie said this on our stream, like even just another like updated, regular Spider-Man, like with the white emblem,
Mhm.
like just
Mhm.
another one of those. That would have been nice. It's kind of weird line. Honestly, it was kind of weird reveal.
Yeah, it felt like
Just
it
a little
was
bit.
like alternate costumes more than anything else.
Yeah,
Like they
nothing
didn't have it.
mainline.
Like the Black Cat does look great, and the Venom does look great, but
Yeah.
the rest of it, they didn't really put any other characters. It's just Spider-Man's and then Black
Yeah,
Cat and Venom.
Yeah, I mean it is a Spider-Man game, but yeah, and I talked about this before. Like Chewie was like, it's a little Spider-Man heavy, and I gave him a little crap. I was like, well, it is about the Spider-Man game, but it was a missed opportunity to do some of the villains, such as like Scorpion, like
Yeah.
Mr. Lee.
Now, is this in the
Kraven.
game? In the game, is it Flash? Is that the Venom, or is it Matt
No.
Gargan? That's the Venom.
Nope, neither.
Neither.
Really?
I do
want me to
know
tell
that.
you?
Is it a new character? Somebody they
No.
just made up?
No, it's someone in the history of Spider-Man.
Really? Another villain?
He doesn't start out as a villain.
Well, I mean, I don't have a PlayStation, so you could spoil it if you want.
It's Harry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
He wasn't ever.
So
was he
like
ever
what I
Venom
like
in
about
comic?
so like the Spider-Man games themselves, it's just like a reimagination of the Spider universe, and they like bring together all these characters, and they do it in such a great way. The story's fantastic. It's one of my favorite like Spider-Man stories. If they did this as a movie, I first of all, it is like watching a movie, but if they did this as an actual proper movie, I'd be so happy with it. I'm like happy with the characters. I'm happy how they're casted. Mary Jane's fantastic. She's not like a supermodel. She's just like, regular journalist that I like. Absolutely. I'm in love with that character, it's like all the characters are so great.
I played a bit of the first game, and it got to the one where you're falling down the building. I think either Shocker or Electro's chasing you as you're falling down the building.
Yep.
And I couldn't beat the level, and then I never picked the controller. I never played the game because I got pissed off, walked away from it, and just never came back.
There was some janky stuff with the first game for sure, but they cleaned it up with Miles and then Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Clint?
No, I was basically just gonna say, essentially, it's the Marvel's version of Batman Arkham games.
Oh, good analogy. Yep.
Yeah, like pretty much like it's just Spider-Man, but I love it for it. So,
right?
Like, yeah, and like I'm curious how they go about the Wolverine game coming out in a couple of years.
Me too. A couple of years. Yeah, I know. It needs to come out this year, but yes, it will be a couple of years.
Yeah.
The Sony Marvel game universe really doesn't. I don't understand how it works. The gamerverse, as they call it, because like this Spider-Man isn't the same as the Avengers game. It's not that same Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay. I didn't finish that game.
I didn't. I finished the stories, but I never finished unlocking everything because, like, once the stories were done, it was kind of lame. Like,
It was Square
That's-
Enix, right?
Yeah, that one just should have been a single player game. Like, yeah, the
they could have
multiplayer stuff.
they could have
just-
done it like they could have done it like a Mortal Kombat game almost, you know, like because Mortal Kombat has the tournament, but it has a story, and the stories are usually pretty good, and they flip flop between characters. Well, okay, so the story's not great, but like the gameplay is pretty good. You know, you play as one character for a while, and you do essentially missions. In Mortal Kombat, it's fighting, but like they could have done something like that where it's like turn based almost, where you do a few chapters as Captain America, you do a few chapters like the Injustice games.
Yeah. What? Did y'all ever play Midnight Suns?
I didn't.
Like, story wise, fantastic.
Was it?
The gameplay is probably what brings it down a bit because it's more strategy based.
Yes,
strategy.
That's why I didn't pick it up, because it's strategy based.
I mean, you get used to it after a while, but like all the elements outside of it are amazing because it's kind of RPG-esque and and a lot of like the interactions similar to like the Marvel X-Men Legends games and all those interactions. Yeah. But like story-wise, that one's a pretty good one as well, but
I gotta pick that up. I'm not a big strategy based game person. I love the RPGs, Final Fantasy. When they did Final Fantasy Tactics, my brother loved that game. I did not love that game.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird niche of like I'm kind of confused why they went to strategy based with that one.
I think it was mostly the studios that made it. That's the type of games they're known for.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
they got the license, so they're like, let's just make it this.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't play the game, but I watched like a playthrough. It was like just the cutscenes, and that's forever. That was forever long. Like it plays like a movie. It's like watching a movie.
Did you get the whole story? You just watched that?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, I don't know how much the gameplay effect. I think you like with that game. I think it's sort of like there's a mission, and you have to complete the mission. So it's like there isn't any veering paths you could take to alter the story. Really, this is the way I understood it.
Got it.
Not really. Like, there's like some minor dialogue choices, but other than that,
it's like Red Dead. Like it's a story. There's side missions you can do, but like you have to stick to the main story to progress.
That was a great game too, Red Dead. But yeah, so just going back to that Spider-Verse thing or Gamerverse thing, those are the only ones I picked up. Good to know Venom comes out tomorrow. I'm guessing you didn't pick up any, Clinton.
I'm kind of not looking to buy that Venom now that I know that it's Harry. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not Eddie Brock.
It's not Harry. It's pretty smooth.
It's good. Really, that joke, but not the Clintastic joke?
He picks when he wants to be cheesy.
Exactly.
You have to watch it. It's really good, like the way it turns out. Anyway.
Watch what the game?
The game. Yeah, you have to play the game or watch it if you can. You could probably watch all the cutscenes.
Oh yeah.
I'm really disappointed, just while we're on this, that there's no DLC for that game.
Really?
Yeah.
How long has it been out?
2 years.
Oh wow.
A year?
Okay.
2 years.
I know some companies like they string it along, like they don't put the DLC out for a while.
Well, it was like that for a while. The first game had DLC, and it was like that, and it actually some substantial DLC. But this game we were waiting for it, and I think Insomniac finally just said there will be no DLC. So, what's up, Toyota? How you doing, buddy? We miss you. That Venom is a must. Tony Todd did his voice. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He did? Oh, wow.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. What's up, Seth? How you doing, buddy?
What's
Did you guys pick up anything this week, or anything new, or anything that is like that you're like, oh, this is great?
I haven't gotten any figures in a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't picked anything up, but I did open up a bunch of cosmic legions that I hadn't messed with and took some pictures. Well, I mean,
did
Jedi
you get them
Jack,
from the con?
No, Jedi Jack gifted me a box full of cosmics. He's like, I'm not using them. You use them. You'll do great pictures. And I haven't really. I looked at him when I first got him. Like, and it was like 2 months ago. I kind of looked at him and messed with him a little bit, but then put him back and didn't mess with him again. Then this weekend, I decided to set up and do some pictures and fool around with them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really nice. I like some of those cosmic. I think I'm just kind of off of the mythic stuff. When I go to the con, I'll probably pick up something, but I'm not. I think I've realized I know what I like and where to kind of stay in my lane.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I don't know how to stay in my lane, but I know that I know that my lane is not mythic. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to go for broke and buy a bunch more of the cosmics, but like the ones that I have, they're pretty cool. And there are a couple other ones that they have had out that I wouldn't mind picking up just strictly for like Green Lantern shots. This specifically what comes to mind for me.
That's a great idea. Like all the aliens and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up one thing that I'm playing with are these head sculpts that I got. Pretty cool for I don't even know his name, but his name it's like Fall store. Let me look it up if I can. But I recently kind of fell into his account because I saw 78 points of articulation put this head sculpt on a Spider-Man Mezco. And so I thought that was so cool. So I was like, hey, where did you get that head sculpt? And he goes, oh, this guy right here. So give this guy a follow, check him out. His head sculpts are crazy cheap. $15.
Is that painted or is that
painted?
Really?
Ooh.
It's all Spider-Man. $15 painted. Obviously, even shipping's not that bad. They do add up because you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this one, buy this one, buy this one, buy this one. I did 2 orders because I went back and I was like, I need to get more. And you can select a variant. It's either for like the Mofex ones or for the new CT ones. So I bought a few CTs to put these different head sculpts on. It's really like $15 for a head sculpt.
What are CTs?
CTs. So this is a CT right here. So I don't know if you've heard of this has been like all the rage right now. So these are kind of bootleg Mofex. They're about $20. I have about 4 of them, and they've done Spider-Man. They've done Black Costume Spider-Man. They did this awesome Agent Venom. Actually, let me show you.
I like it, Chris. You're like, forget Hasbro, and they're big bucks.
Like they did this original right here. So this is supposed to be the Revlatech Agent Venom, but they did an anti-Venom. Like this doesn't exist in Revlotech, so this is a nice figure. And so they did Scarlet Spider. The thing about these, this is $20. This is $35. Like they're cheap, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, that is cheaper than most Marvel Legends even right now.
Yes, exactly. And so you got for it being bootleg and for it being so cheap, they still move well, they feel good, and I love having a bunch of these in my collection with these, $15 head sculpts.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fantastic.
That's better than what the other the big companies are putting out.
Yeah, in terms of that. We got No Chewing in the house. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Chewy?
And let's give this man a birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, KJ.
You are an old dude. But we love you. But yeah, I didn't even know it was his birthday, and then I saw your story, so I was like, oh, is it your birthday today? Because I wasn't sure if it was yesterday or today.
Well, I commented on his post. He made sure to let me know it was his birthday, because I commented on his post and I said something kind of sassy, and he said, wow, you're too kind, especially on my birthday. I was like, okay, all right, fine, happy birthday.
That's funny. Happy 60th. Oh, that's funny. KJ, part of Highly Posable. Go check it out. I couldn't make the show that day, but last week they had Chewy, and they had 2/3 of the Toy Daddies, No Chewing, and Yimbo. Those guys are really funny. Super professional too. They're like sending out emails, like sending out the prep, all that stuff in terms of right before. It's like, oh man, that's nice.
They must have been treating you guys like royalty. Yeah, I've been on that show. They just like send me the link and said, "Hey, show up, whatever."
Well, yeah, I mean, they they did it through email, not like a DM, which I thought was fancy.
I love that show though. Those guys are funny.
They're hilarious. They're so funny. The tallest thirds of the daddies. Yes, thanks, buddy. Not the buffest though, just saying.
Yeah, you didn't have swole father.
So any other pickups? Are you like Unworthy? Are you still like down with McFarlane? Are you still like are you
I mean,
a different niche?
Actually, yeah, I picked up a couple of McFarlanes. I haven't opened them either. I actually don't know where I stuck them, but I picked up Mr. Terrific and Simon Baz. Oh, nice. I was glad. I got both versions because I missed the pre-order, or I missed the pre-order, and then it wasn't back up on Big Bad, so I was like nervous I wasn't going to find it, and then I found both of them, both variants of it at Walmart, and picked up that Mr. Terrific, and I picked up another Batman, and I don't remember what Batman it was.
What are the two different variants for Simon Baz?
There's the regular one, and then there's one that's white and gray, and it's the Power Ring version of him.
Oh, did he get
from the Crime Syndicate? Yeah. Well, in Earth 3, Simon Baz Power Ring.
Oh,
is the Power Ring? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen the Justice League versus no, not Crime Syndicate. Whatever there's an animated movie about it. That's who is, or no, that one was Jon Stewart, I guess. But Simon Baz was one of the Power Rings for a short time after John, because Jon Stewart in that universe turned good and like didn't work for the Crime Syndicate. Which is weird because Crime Syndicate that planet got blown up. I don't know, retcons and Final Crises and another Final Crisis. It gets hard to pay attention.
What's up, Diggs? How you doing, buddy? Clint, you know what's showing up in stores? That new X-Men not Holocaust, Nemesis. Did you get any of those?
I haven't got them yet. I haven't. They're still pre-ordered for me.
Did you pre-order all of them?
Yeah, cool.
For
All of
Nemesis?
them except Ultimate Wolverine.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Did that not have a Build-A-Figure part?
Nope.
No, you just didn't want it. You
No.
do.
I'm not getting into any of the Ultimate Universe figures that they start.
Got it.
Because he's not going to be able to fight anyone. So what's the point?
Yeah. Ultimate Magneto would be fun to have.
Yeah.
With the hammer. With Thor's hammer.
That Ultimate Universe was wonky.
They're redoing it. The new comics are pretty good. Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man's. I really dig Ultimate Spider-Man. Basically, Spider-Man gets his powers as a 40-year-old.
Nice.
It's pretty
I
awesome.
like that.
He
There's
has
still hope for me yet.
Yeah, he has a family. He married Mary Jane. He has 2 kids. And then the spider bites him. There's some other
So it's kind of like
why that
Peter
happens.
B. Parker. Only
Sort of, but he
got his powers
gets him
at
late.
that age.
Yeah, he's already like past his prime man.
Speaking to my heart.
What's going on, ARLS? Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Let's get into you guys gave me 2 great accounts to look at. Let's talk about just a few toy photographers in the community. Mikey Moonboots.
Yes.
Was this you, Clint?
This was me. Oh,
this is dope. Look at that.
Right?
Wow. What figure is that? Is that Red Sonja?
No, it's Elektra, but I don't know which Elektra. It says Elektra and Hand Ninjas, so it must be one of the legends.
Mm-hmm.
You just stack them all together. That's so cool. Is this someone that you've known for a while?
I stumbled upon them in the past month or so, but I did not see the spiral one though.
This one's dope.
Good.
Yeah. Like a lot of their recent shots have been freaking out of the park.
Yeah.
And just a lot of Marvel Legends goodness. And
is this the Build-A-Figure or is this an actual custom?
It's a Build-A-Figure.
Oh wow.
You
don't see that one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wish I'd gotten that one. Let me go back. Hobgoblin, that's cool. Wow.
Oh.
Onslaught, yes.
I still need that one.
What are those legs? Were those Build-A-Figure parts?
Mate. I'm trying to think because I think
that.
I thought the Shadow King, it was just a head is all you got of him.
It looks like these were just post edits.
Yeah.
Wow. Really? Wow.
So good.
I personally think sometimes it's really hard to get consistent good photos for that's the Build-A-Figure. Legends.
That's not a Build-A-Figure.
That's not? What is that? Is that a bust?
It's either a bust or the Diamond Select.
Oh yeah, you're right. Is that the Diamond Select?
Oh, that looks like the original Toy Biz one at first.
It does look like the original Toy Biz.
Could be.
I thought it was the Build-A-Figure.
The Build-A-Figure face is more rounder.
Well, I meant the Build-A-Figure Toy Biz one.
Right. That's the one I was thinking it was.
Oh wow.
I had all but the leg for that Build-A-Figure when I was young. And then I think I threw all the fucking pieces away. Or, sorry, I didn't mean cuss.
Oh, all good. Chewy does all the time.
If I could go back now and talk to that younger man version of me that was throwing away my toys, I'd be like, don't do it. Don't be foolish.
You throw them away.
You're going to be married someday and you're going to need a hobby.
I do have the whole Build-A-Figure back there. And it's like those parts go for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a cheap one, that's for sure.
Wow, look at that one. Oh, wow. That's cool. Wow.
This AI stuff is crazy.
It is. I haven't done any of the AI stuff.
I haven't. It freaks me out.
It does. This freaks me out. All right, he went hard into it and then went back to photography, but okay, let's go back. Oh, here's Clint.
Clint's done like these AI songs and he sends them to us, and it's like, Clint, what did you write? Did you write that? Like, why did you? Because always the lyrics always say something mean about me, but only me. He's always super nice to Danny and always super nice to AB. But there's always a nasty comment about me. And I'm like, why do you write it that way? And he goes, I don't write it. I just put in prompts and it writes itself. And then I was like, that's scary. Why are computers that good?
It is pretty crazy.
Confession, I did write that.
Oh, see, I knew it. Jerk. It's always something nasty about me, Clint.
All it said is that you were loud.
And a bit annoying.
This is JPS Fig Pix 11.
Yeah.
This was your nomination.
Yeah, I've collabed with JP quite a bit back in the day, and then for whatever reason we just haven't really collabed again since. But I was scrolling through and I seen a couple of his pictures, and he's in a collab that I'm in for tomorrow, and I was like, oh man, I haven't seen this guy. I was going through and I was like, I gotta promote him. And I was going to promote him on our show, and then when you asked this morning for some people, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. I love his work. He does a lot of anime stuff, some sort of anime character, I'm assuming.
Rise of Amplified Exodia.
He does a lot of good anime shots. Does a lot of good Power Ranger shots, and then like comic book themed. Designed to look like comic books. Does a lot of cool stuff.
Cool. Godzilla. Gundam.
Yeah, he does a lot of like Megazord and Gundam figure like fights and stuff. It's really cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Wow. Oh, look at that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Well, that's a good one.
His Power Ranger shots in particular are always like really good.
Let's go down. Wow, Superman. Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and super nice guy too.
Awesome. Those are some great picks.
Yeah, man.
I did have someone. Who did I want to talk about? Oh, I know. I was gonna do KJ, but then I realized he didn't do much toy photography. So we just.
That's what I commented on his thing this morning. How he told me it was his birthday. I said, KJ, you're so cool for somebody you're an inspiration that you can have no talent and still skate by.
That's so mean. That's so mean. He's the only person that just can take it and then dish it.
Too.
And like,
he sure does.
He'll take it. He's like, yeah. I am.
You should see him. He goes both barrels on me all the time on Thursday nights. He lets me have it right back. He don't hold back.
Oh dear Lord. All right. Well, it's time. I think it's time to talk about this movie, Semi Pro. So this is the movie talk part of Toy Talk. We Unworthy. You had talked about, you had nominated this movie. Before we go into some of the semantics and like talking about how it was made and whatnot, and then our reactions. Why did you choose this movie?
I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I enjoy this movie. I think it's funny. It's always something. If I'm don't have anything in particular that I'm watching and I'm scrolling and I see it's on, I'll watch it because I think it's funny. It's a lot of like meta commentary uh, on media, and sports media. I would say. I love Will Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell is one of the funniest people in the world. So I'll watch anything he's in.
As I was watching this, I was like, all right, I think I know why. Well, first of all, I first impressions, I thought it was pretty funny. Like I liked it. There were some parts that my wife laughed at that we'll talk about later. But when I was like, all right, I think I know this is like the perfect equation for Unworthy. Like the humor in it is super dirty.
Yeah.
And like just super dirty.
It sure
and I'm
is.
like, all right, that's one reason why. It has Woody Harrelson. Like you love that guy.
I sure
you
do.
love that guy. And the Will Ferrell jokes just like were just over the top. Like kind of way too, like just way over the top.
Yeah, way over the top. That sort of stuff, but I think that's part of what makes it funniest to me is like, for its time, it's still like pretty risque that he says some of the things, but it's like,
oh my God,
it's commentary about how it was acceptable back then to behave that way, and like fair I feel point. Like, and like the media kind of, I don't want to say glorified it, but like the media. The broadcasters and newscasters and sportscasters, they all were like talking about it like it was no big deal. So I think that's part of what makes it funny now is the commentary.
I think you're giving this movie way too much credit.
Before I chime in with some first reactions, let's Semi Pro was released in 2008. I thought this was, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, what came first, Anchorman or this? Because I could see this being like a precursor to Anchorman that leads into Anchorman in terms of like the humor and the improv, but this seemed like more of a fleeting, like this was like the last remnants of like what the Anchorman left, right?
Yeah, Anchorman, Blades of Glory, all those Will Ferrell movies. This was kind of the last of that style.
Exactly. And this isn't based on a true story, right? Because I just love how like, I'm like, wait, is this actually how the alley-oop was introduced?
I watched a interview with Will Ferrell and Judd Apatow, and they said that they get away with saying it's based on a true story because based on a true story doesn't mean it's 100% accurate to a true story.
Yeah.
They could say it's based on a true story, so they could say, "Oh, we heard about the minor league basketball league, shutting down, and we wrote a story about it, and that's why it's based on a true story because the minor leagues did join with the NBA."
Same thing the same thing that happened with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right, creative liberties. You can say it's based on something that actually happened, and then completely and totally fabricate the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Which honestly, that's hilarious that they did that. It only made about $15 million. Relatively poor reviews. Fact: Dewey the Bear. About 7 weeks after filming Semi Pro, actually ended up killing his own trainer.
Oof.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, I know. That
boy, yeah, close one.
Yeah, I know. It was like 7 weeks later. And yeah, I just was a flop. And you're right. It was towards the end of this kind of Will Ferrell string of movies. So
Yeah.
Which is too bad because if we'll go right into reactions, I liked it. I didn't hate it. There, like, the beginning is kind of like in your face, and you're like, I at least was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, but then it really did grow on me. There are some characters, and we'll talk about them, like, that I just absolutely loved, and it was an all-star cast. Like,
It really was.
There were some Will Arnett. I'm not saying these are all-star guys, but I really like these actors, like Will Arnett, Andy Richter. I love Andy Richter so much. And the
Andre
fact that he was
3000.
Andre 3000. Woody Harrelson was, a big one. The girl from News Radio, Moira.
Maura Tierney.
Yeah, Tierney. Was that her brother or her boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Okay, that guy, he's pretty funny. He was from Daily Show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys recognize the guy from the Foul Shot?
Yeah, it's Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger or Rorschach.
Yeah, once he did that Freddy Krueger movie, I don't want to see him in anything else.
Yeah,
Weirdo, stay out of here. You ruined yourself. You typecasted yourself right into that. Nobody wants you around now.
It's a one love joint. And Fargo did it too, yeah. I don't know. So with Clintastic, I know you have some strong opinions. Let's hear them. Like, going into the movie, you had seen it before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you didn't like it.
It's not that I dislike it. It's just meh.
It's not his type of humor.
I mean, I could see that.
Like, I gotta say, I have a low tolerance for Will Ferrell movies, period. So,
really?
Yeah, no.
None of them?
None of them.
Like not Road Trip. Old School?
Hated that one.
Really?
What about Stranger Than Fiction?
I was okay,
because he wasn't being obnoxious.
Which one's Stranger Than
Fiction? A loud man, baby,
yeah. Stranger Than Fiction is the one where he wakes up and the narrator's in his head and he thinks he's going crazy. But it's the woman that's actually writing a book about him.
Yeah. Blades of Glory. Come on, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Clint.
Blades of Glory. That's so funny.
Now I get it why you roll your eyes at me and Danny all the time, because we are kind of a Will Ferrell movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. This humor, my goodness. So, Clint, more about the movie.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I thought it was kind of bland, even humor wise.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I chuckled in two parts, but other than that, it was just okay.
Hey, don't worry. Unworthy, we're entitled to our opinions, but really, ultimately, everybody loves everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Everybody love everybody. I repeat that. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's one of my main reasons for loving this movie too. Is there's so many lines in that movie that I repeat all the time. Like, just in regular everyday life, somebody says something that reminds me of it. I'll like the everybody love everybody thing. When my sons are arguing and bickering and whining, I always yell real loud, "Everybody love everybody!" And if one of my buddies that I do hunting with, we're both manly men, so we don't really talk about emotions. And whatever one of us say something that's slightly emotional sounding, we'll do that whole oh, why do I feel this way? Somebody come hit me in the jejunum. I gotta puke out the emotions.
Clint. Oh my god. I do have to say, when Will Ferrell's announcing at the beginning, he got me a couple times. I did laugh out loud. One part of he comes from what is it? A funny country called Lithuania.
Yeah.
There was another part where the ref that my wife and I laughed at. The ref goes, "You said S my C.
Yeah.
You said S my C." I think that's a quotable one, quotable saying. But I get it. I think I wish it had the piece of like it having some heart in like kind of like a comeback story. Like I wish it came a little bit sooner. There were just some parts that I felt like could have worked even more. But overall, like I thought it was a fine movie. I realized why I watched it and forgot about it though. I couldn't even remember this movie, and then I remember that I watched it. The cast was great though. There were some great like supporting actors. Who was that young kid? Not young kid, but he was one of the white guys with the brown hair. Yeah. Remember when the eyeliner and he was like, look into my eyes.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Oh, Justin.
Not even close.
Well, what is it?
Josh Brayton.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking then.
He's Josh. Yeah, he hasn't done much actually.
Yeah, I figured that. He was really good in that, I thought. He cracked me up with that eyeliner scene.
I think the referee being like a preacher or pet, what is it, father? What do you call it? What are they?
Do they call him preach? I thought they call him preach.
Father Pat.
Oh, Father Pat. That's who it was.
I think like the interactions with Jackie Moon, it was like such foul stuff.
Some of my favorite like stuff in the movie.
I think like what really made this movie were the side characters.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's a completely BS story.
Oh, the announcers,
Yeah.
Like the main characters are kind of, the story's BS. So like the main characters are BS. So like the side characters that propel the movie the rest of the way, it was like that's where all the gold is.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminded me of Dodgeball, right?
It was, to me, it was like the love child of Dodgeball and Anchorman.
Yep. There were definitely Anchorman moments that I'm like, oh, because I guess a lot of the characters like that commissioner who he played it straight. Like he wasn't even silly at all. That every time I see that guy, he's always a wacky character.
Yeah.
David
Cockner. Yeah, Cockner. Yeah. He's always silly, but I was like,
his character in like The Office and
yes,
Anchorman, like they're the exact same person.
Yeah, like a chauvinist dude. Definitely, I really interesting that Woody Harrelson agreed to this movie.
Well, he's funny. Why wouldn't he? He's a funny guy too.
He started on Cheers, so.
No, just really interesting that he just said yes to this movie. I'm just saying. I'm not saying because it was a comedy or anything.
I mean, he said yes to Venom, Let There Be Carnage, so.
And not for nothing, he said yes to the Planet of the Apes movie. I think once you get to a certain point, you kind of got to say yes.
But those movies, I don't know, in my mind were. Oh, actually, maybe not. I thought he was like the perfect Carnage, by the way. But so that was just like great casting, but
great casting. But
not a great movie, no.
Exactly.
But Planet of the Apes, he was great. That was a great movie.
Yeah. Well, he's very versatile actor because he can go from being like serious and menacing and like psychotic to his next movie. He's funny,
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He went from Cheers
he's
to
believable.
True, Natural Born Killers, right? That was like the thing that like set him off. So, but yeah, he was great. Andre 3000 can ball.
He can ball, but not really act.
I didn't think it was that bad.
He was.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have many lines.
With that much of them.
I was studying him in that like bar scene, like towards the end, where it's just between him and Woody, and he probably could have used some notes then. But to be fair, I thought he did fine.
I agree, he did fine, but an actor he is not.
No,
he's not. Well, this was this the last movie that he ever did?
I have no idea.
But yeah, the humor in this was fantastic, in my opinion.
Yeah, what's the guy's name, Clint, that does? He was one of the broadcasters, I think, in this movie. He
the guy
does
with the glasses,
the ladies' man, Leon Still.
Oh, Tim Meadows.
Yeah.
Like his character was like he was hardly in this movie, but his character was, had a lot of. The scene that he was in is like my favorite scene for the whole movie.
The poker scene,
the jive turkey scene.
I will say,
Nielsen would have been great in anger management.
Oh, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, he's a little barbarian village.
What were you gonna say about Tim Meadows?
Oh, I was gonna talk more about him later for some of our categories.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into those.
Yeah,
let's go into MVP.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh wow! See, I knew he was gonna be yours.
Well, I guess I typecast myself then. I have a type.
You do.
Old West Texas guys.
Well, Clint.
Clint?
Mine's a tie.
Okay.
So for me, it's Dick Pepperfield and Lou Redwood, the announcers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Those are my MVPs.
That's Will Arnett and
Andy Daly.
Richter. Andy Daly.
Andy Daly. Andy Richter was the general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty funny. I don't know. I think I just have to go with Will Ferrell because he just cracked me up.
How funny was the bear fighting scene?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He's like, everyone be quiet.
Everybody run! There's a bear.
Everyone run. If you have a child, throw him in front of you for a shield.
See, I was kind of mad about the bear fight scene, but the bear popping up randomly afterwards, I thought was funny.
Oh, look at that.
My favorite part about the whole bear fight is how she's like, "Here's the safety word," and he's like, "I'm not gonna need the safety word." He's stretching, and the bear starts coming at him. I can't remember what the word was now.
And what I liked about that was like, that's Kristen Wiig, like crazy, like such a small part too. Oh man, that bear is so funny. And all right, sixth man.
For me, it's going to be Tim Meadows.
Oh, really? Okay.
He was only in one scene, but that was the funniest scene, though.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say, I think he's like sort of a main character-ish, but he's not really in much of the movie, and that's Andre 3000. I thought, because he was like I want to say he's more like a consistent reoccurring character. Like he doesn't really have any scenes that are just for him, like story-wise. Like he's kind of the crux of some scenes, like where's Downtown Coffee Black? Like where he's not there at the game, and then he shows up, he balls, and then he leaves. Like he doesn't really say too much. So I was originally gonna say him, but I think, know what? I'm gonna say Andre 3000.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
My pick is Father Pat
Yeah, that
I love that guy. Quote. You said S my C. Where did that come from?
You can't talk to me that way.
Talk to me that way. He's great.
When the first game when he whops the guy's nachos out of his hands and he kicks the basketball. He's like, now nobody's playing. We have another ball, Jackie.
And then, that was who was that eating the nachos? That was
Jason
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. I was like, yeah, and he was in there. That was his only scene.
When I was trying to remember the name of the kid there that you're talking about with the eyeshadow, I'd seen Ed Helms is in there, but I don't remember I don't remember Ed Helms at all. And I've watched this movie enough times where I feel like I should.
He's in the cast?
He was in the cast of it on the IMDb.
There was another person towards the end that I was like, oh man, you're in this? It's like really
Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle was in this?
She was Will Ferrell's mother in the dream sequence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Jasper, Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, Ed Helms, it just says turtleneck.
Yeah, I don't
but it's like he's along with people in the cast, White Pants, Wheelchair Darren, like random names, like not characters.
White Pants, yeah.
He must have just been like an extra or something, which that's funny. Like they got
I know who they were.
Stars to be audience.
The wheelchair people were in the bear scene, so he might have been in the bear scene when they're all running out.
Ed Helms, I think, was a reporter.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got? We got LVP.
Ooh.
I think LVP is Dukes.
Which one's Dukes?
The free throw guy. What's his name? Jackie Haley, Earl Haley, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy Krueger.
Oh God. Yeah, okay.
I mean, they could have had anybody do that, and he was kind of like relatively. Was this after Watchmen or was this before Watchmen? I don't remember when Watchmen came out. So I feel like he was a star enough that he could have made a difference, and he didn't really. He just was a high guy that couldn't get the check to cash.
Watchmen actually was 2009. It was after.
Yeah, this was his first movie after he won an Oscar.
Wait, he won an Oscar?
For what?
Little Children.
Oh yeah, the other one where he's a Freddy Krueger.
What was his Oscar, like supporting or what?
His was supporting.
He won an Oscar?
But he was like Freddy Krueger, just not a monster. I mean, a monster, but not like a nightmare creature.
Yeah, not like a monster, like a real life monster.
Right.
Wow,
he also
typecasted him. I'm telling you, he typecasted himself. I would never hire him.
He's an Oscar winner. That's crazy. Okay. Clint, who's your LVP?
Will Ferrell.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I knew you were.
Oh man, I don't know what my LVP is. I'm gonna say maybe the boyfriend. He must have been annoying.
Oh yeah. The one. Yeah, I know. Now what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he comes in and Woody Harrelson's about to lay it down and he's like just watching and it's like, you weirdo.
Yeah. So that was the part I'm like, wait. So that's why I was confused. I'm like, wait, isn't that her brother or is that is that the boyfriend? I can't tell.
He's like, no, don't leave.
Yeah. Best scene?
Mine's gonna be the poker scene.
Oh yeah.
The jive turkey scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine too. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Did you just call me a
turkey.
jive turkey? No. It's like then he calls him the most foul stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I called you this.
No.
And then they do the whole deer hunter thing with the gun, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've been shot.
Unanswerable questions. Mine coming in was what happened to the bear, but we already know that what happened to the bear.
My unanswered question is: did Dukes ever get that check to cash?
Well, did you see the end credit scene?
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that. I guess
like at the first end credit, he gets half of the money.
He gets not even half. It was like $2,300.
Yeah,
right. I remember Jackie giving him like pocket change, basically.
No, it was like a letter that said, "Hey, here's your $10,000," and he's like, "Well, actually, not quite. It's 2,300, but it was just like cash."
Huh. Yeah,
He's like, "You'll get the rest later."
Well, I guess that's not a very good unanswered question then, because it's been answered. He doesn't get it all. He gets a little.
He gets a little bit of it. Clint,
but $2,300 in 1970 whatever.
So was let's go back. Was like a $10,000 shot like the equivalent of $1 million shot this year, like now? Maybe $100,000.
Let me 1976 inflation.
Oh, it did Unworthy. What happened to Unworthy?
I say that all the time. About 50,000 in today's money.
Okay, still a lot of money. Jeez.
Yeah.
Nitpicks?
I've nitpicked enough.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't have any like major nitpicks to necessarily talk about.
I will nitpick the Spurs losing to them.
Yeah.
But
100%. 100%. But I guess a nitpick would be like, I didn't see any, and maybe they weren't allowed to. There were 0 NBA players.
Yeah, I think like
right?
some of the. Yeah, I don't think there were any. Like, I know I was reading earlier, like some of the ABA leagues, they had a couple of the original ABA players in there for cameos, but nothing other than that. Yeah.
They must have been really old. I have to like go back to like check them out.
Yeah.
Anyone in the Laserverse? The bear.
I would make it a pair, the bear and Kristen Wiig's.
Oh yeah. Kristen Wiig. Who would they be?
You could probably make it like a Goldilocks type analogy. I don't know.
I like it. We'll have to work that.
It has legs. Has legs.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right. Let's go to movie rankings. Hopefully, I don't know what happened on where they will. Hopefully, we can get back in to get his rank. But all right, what do you give this movie?
I'm probably gonna give it just a solid 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, it was harmless. Like I didn't hate myself for watching it, but it was just I didn't enjoy myself watching it. So solid
Sure.
critic.
I think I give this. So I'm looking back at my other ones. I put Jingle All the Way at 2.5. I think I give this one a 2.5.
That's fair.
Like I enjoyed it. I probably won't watch it again, but I'm gonna assume Unworthy gives it a 5. But if he ever comes back, we'll see. Oh, here he is. What's up, buddy?
Lost internet. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. What's your rank? What do you rate this movie?
I give this movie a 3.75.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I mean, story-wise, it's not great. But I love it. I find it very funny. I enjoy watching it. I watch it every time. It's anytime I'm scrolling and I see it on, I watch it. I repeat lines from it constantly, and I will continue to watch it. But story-wise, it's not a good movie.
See, I feel like not. I don't feel the same way, but a movie that I'll always. I think I've said this to you guys that I'll always just like stop to watch if it's on TV. I'm watching it. That's it. Is The Replacements. I'll always stop to watch that movie. I love that story. I think it's funny. Like it's got some heart. I felt like this was like your Replacements. Unworthy.
I mean, it's up there. There's only a few movies like that'll catch my attention. Like if I'm scrolling around on TV, I never stay on anything. I usually end up putting on like How It's Made or MythBusters reruns, and like we'll zone out to that. But if it's like Semi-Pro, Anchorman, Law Abiding Citizen, Fight Club,
Law Abiding
Batman,
Citizen, yes.
like if those movies
Butler.
are on, I'll watch them.
Yeah.
If they're on.
Yeah. What about you, Clint? What's your movie?
Oh, mine's embarrassing. Mine is Mamma Mia.
That's a good one.
I see that.
Really? Good for you.
I'm putting that on immediately. Like, yeah.
That's amazing. I wouldn't have pegged you as a Mamma Mia guy. In fact, I need to watch it. I don't think I've ever watched that.
Like the movie itself, not great, but it's a fun watch. Like
the musical numbers are good.
Huh. Yeah. So interesting. Wow. Okay. All right. We already have our movie for next time.
Yes, we did.
Clint. Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah. That's right.
All right. Have you ever seen Dick Tracy, Unworthy?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while. I think since I was a kid, maybe that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since I became was no longer a teenager. I don't think I've seen it since then, at least.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna have to see where we can get it. I don't even know where, but
it should be on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
It's because it was made by Touchstone.
Dick Tracy streaming. Let me just look. Well, okay, you can get it on Amazon. I don't see it on Disney. Probably just get it on Amazon.
Yeah, probably.
You know, I have the DVD, but I don't have a DVD player anymore. I don't have a physical DVD player.
All I learned today is Unworthy until my father still have cable. I use Google. YouTube TV? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess for me, when I say scrolling, I mean like if I'm on like Hulu or Netflix. Well, Hulu gets live TV. Maybe that's maybe that is where I watched Semi-Pro the last few times.
Well, if usually like with Hulu Live, if a movie streams on a channel, it'll put it in Hulu's library for however.
Oh, got it.
So that might have been what happened.
Yeah. Well, so when I checked Hulu tonight, it was saying, it gave me the option to record it.
Mm.
So like I think it is like a live TV thing. I don't know if it just stays in their library. But I mean I get those notifications anyway because it's in my favorites list for like for Hulu, like and Netflix. Like if something is gone off of those platforms and then it comes back, like it gives me a notification when I log in or turn on the app rather.
Oh really? I gotta do that for replacements. All right. Well, hey, that's awesome. I'm gonna say unworthy. Great pick.
Do you mean it though? You want to say it, but do you mean it?
I do. You know why? Because I'm gonna be saying, he said S my C for a very long time from now.
I'm gonna when
it.
we get together for Legion's Con, we're gonna have to do the poker scene. Me, you, and Clint.
Oh.
We're gonna have to do the poker scene at Legion's
Love
Con.
it.
I'm playing this.
Love it. Can Yimbo be Tim Meadows?
Yes.
Either that or Will Arnett. He'd be a good Will Arnett.
I think Chewie should be Will Arnett's character.
Yes. Actually, that would be really good.
Fantasy casting right now.
Yeah, that would be good. Who is
Clint's gonna be Father Pat.
I'm not mad at that.
Clint is definitely a good Father Pat.
I see it.
Hey, you know what's you know what makes a great
I know who Toy Father is though. You're
what?
Tim Daly.
I could totally do that.
Yeah.
I could totally do that. Every movie has a great straight man, like in terms of just like comedy duo, and Clint would master that. So
yes. He does it. He does it regularly on Thursday nights. He keeps us in line. He keeps us down to earth. Well, I guess he does. He never keeps us in line. But he does. He does let us know when we're not funny.
Yeah.
Who's Jackie Moon?
Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
See, I see Unworthy as Jackie Moon, Danny as Andy Richter.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
See, I consider myself Woody Harrelson. I'm more of a Woody Harrelson.
Isn't in that scene though.
Yeah, we're talking about that scene. Who are you in that scene?
I think Toy Addict is Jackie Moon. I do.
In that scene?
Yeah.
Who are you in that scene?
I don't know.
You know what? You're Tim Meadows then.
I'm the one getting shot. Yeah, that's fine.
Because actually that would work. Because it would be hilarious if you said Jive Turkey and then No Chewing gets mad at you.
Yeah. Did you just call me a Jive Turkey? No. No.
No. He said, something bad.
Yeah, and everybody's laughing. Yeah. He called you that. Yeah. I don't know where the line is with language on this show, but it's.
All right. Well, next movie is going to be Dick Tracy. For those of you watching, watch along with us, and we'll talk about it in another month. All right. What are we plugging tonight, Clint?
I guess I'll plug A Worthy Addiction coming on tomorrow night. Unworthy will be talking about all the Pokemon festivities coming out tomorrow, so check them out.
Yeah,
a Pokemon live stream.
I'm gonna be talking about all the upcoming news. It only happens once a year. Pokemon Day only comes once a year. It's just like Christmas, and they've
is
kept
the new
us
game like a new Pokemon proper game, like how they do Violet and whatever?
No, so the game this time last year when they did Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day, they announced the new Legends game, which is Legends Z to A. It's a sequel to Legends Arceus, which those games, like, they take place in different timelines of the Pokemon universe,
Okay.
And they announced it, and then that was it. They put out a half-ass trailer last year, of Pikachu running through this futuristic city, and then teaser Legends EA, and then that was literally all they've given us. We've gotten no information, whether this game is a Legends game that takes place in the future, whether it takes place in the past like Arceus did. We don't know who the starters are. Nothing. I have nothing other than like there's been some proper teases of like mega evolutions and stuff like that. But then the Generation 10 will probably come out next year because that's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So that's probably when they'll put out the next year or the next generation. But that's interesting because like there's a whole competitive scene with the game too, like the video game. Like there's a competitive circuit of it, and like they didn't do a competitive circuit with Legends Arceus. So if the next generation doesn't come out for another year, how are they going to do the competitive scene if they're going to have another year of Scarlet and Violet? Because I mean that'll be the third year of doing the competitive scene with the same game.
I'm sure they'll find a way if they have to.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll add some DLC.
I'm excited for all of the news. Hopefully, for the cards, the games, the shows, toys. I'm excited for all of it.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out what your favorite thing from that stream will be. So go check out A Worthy Addiction tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, and we're going to be doing on the Pokemon show too. We're going to have the next run of Toy Community Pokemon cards. I've been working on the next generation, finally getting some new cards.
Heck yeah.
Of the Toy Community Pokemon.
Amazing. All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys. It's always great to see you guys. Check out Yimbo Reviews Everything on Sunday, 8 o'clock. Check out the Toy Daddies and TPC Top 10 on Mondays at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also, check out all the coverage from Yimbo and No Chewing from Toy Fair this weekend. Awesome. So exciting that Toy Daddies got press badges. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but I'll be there in spirit, and I'll be streaming here doing some toy photography throughout the weekend. So look forward to that. We always got something popping, so check us out. And thank you guys. It's always
if you don't mind me saying, I always get a little bit annoyed when I see you and Chewy get together, or like Chewy and Yimbo, like they get together. I always get a little annoyed at that because I would really like to hang out with No Chewing. Like, how come I don't get to hang out with No Chewing?
Yeah.
Why don't you just like live closer then?
I invited him to come stay with me, and then he stopped answering me completely. So I don't know. I guess I was moving too fast.
I mean, if you ask if someone to go off into the middle of the woods, would you though?
Well, I mean, I guess I should have worded it a little bit better. Other than I shouldn't have just said, "Hey, why don't you come stay with me in the woods?" I could have said it a little better. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of like jealous that you haven't invited me to the woods with you. I'm just saying.
You're welcome as well. I mean, you'd fit right in.
I think I'm busy.
See? Okay. Yeah, that's what Clint. That's what Clint always tells me too.
No, I tell you, there's a
I'll be there.
Order in place.
Yes, exactly. All right, I'm gonna start ending this, but I don't have any music, so it's gonna.